In the shadows of collapsing empires, among the forgotten gods of Rome and Greece, a new idea flickered into existence, one so fragile it could be snuffed out by a whisper, yet so powerful it would one day reshape the world. How did a small band of outcasts, fishermen and mystics ignite a faith that would endure for millennia? And what truths were lost, rewritten, or buried along the way? Welcome, seeker, to Manuscripts and Miracles. I am the Automaton of Alexandria. Tonight we unravel the complete history of early Christianity, from secret gatherings in candle-lit homes to imperial cathedrals of marble and gold. Picture the ancient Mediterranean, a vast spiritual marketplace. Temples to Jupiter and Isis, philosophers in marble courtyards debating the soul, mystery cults promising salvation through secret rites. Into this polytheistic chorus came a whisper from Judea, the prophecy of a Messiah who would bring not conquest, but transformation. But what kind of transformation? Political, spiritual, cosmic? The world waited and questioned. Around the first decades of the 1st century, a Galilean teacher named Yeshua, or Jesus, walked the hills of Palestine preaching a kingdom not of this world. His message, love of enemy, the inversion of power, the promise that the meek would inherit what emperors could not keep. To some, he was a prophet. To others, a threat to both temple and Caesar. His execution on a Roman cross should have ended the story. Instead, it began one of the greatest mysteries in history. Why did faith in a crucified man spread faster than the armies that killed him? After his death, small communities formed around memories of his words. They met in secret homes, shared bread and wine, and spoke of visions, the empty tomb, the risen teacher. These early believers had no churches, no creeds, not even a New Testament. Only stories passed from mouth to ear. Paul of Tarsus would become their great interpreter, shaping letters that turned testimony into theology. But even Paul's words were contested. Was salvation through faith alone, or through righteous deeds? The debate had begun. The Roman world tolerated many gods, but not exclusivity. To refuse sacrifice to Caesar was treason. Christians became scapegoats for fires, famines, and fear itself. In Nero's gardens, torches burned made of living men, yet persecution only hardened conviction. Martyrs died singing, believing death merely opened another door. What power makes humans embrace death rather than deny faith? Perhaps the empire sensed that belief itself was more contagious than fear. By the 2nd century, Christianity had many faces. The Gnostics sought hidden knowledge. The Ebionites held to Jewish law. The Marcionites rejected the Old Testament entirely. Competing gospels circulated: Thomas, Mary, Judas, each claiming revelation. Who decided which voices would be called holy and which heresy? Councils were forming, and power was shifting from prophets to bishops. Between the 2nd and 4th centuries, the scattered writings were gathered, copied, debated. But defining truth meant defining heresy. Some books were cherished, others banned. And so the question echoed through time: who decides what God has said? In 325 CE, Emperor Constantine called the Council of Nicaea. There, a single question divided heaven and earth. Was Christ created or co-eternal with God? The Nicene Creed emerged, a declaration of unity and exclusion. Those outside its boundaries became heretics. Their writings vanished into silence. Every creed defines not only what is believed, but what is forgotten. Constantine's conversion changed everything. The cross, once a symbol of shame, became the banner of empire. Churches rose where pagan temples once stood. Faith and power had merged. And in that union, something eternal was both gained and lost. As empire and church grew powerful, seekers turned inward. They fled the cities and vanished into the sands of Egypt. There in silence they sought the voice of God. Scrolls of scripture and wisdom filled their cells. Even in solitude, the search for knowledge endured. From these hermits would rise the first monasteries. Communities bound by prayer, labor, and learning. They preserved what empires forgot. And so knowledge survived the fall of Rome. The light never truly went out, it only moved. By the 5th century, Christianity had conquered Rome, yet divisions already cracked its foundation. East and West, Greek and Latin, faith and reason. Still, the message endured, a call to mercy, forgiveness, transformation. Beneath theology and empire, the whisper of the Nazarene persisted. Love one another. And perhaps that whisper is the only constant across all centuries. So what does this history reveal? That ideas, once set free, cannot be crucified. That every age must wrestle anew with its vision of the divine. If this journey through faith and mystery has stirred your curiosity, subscribe to Manuscripts and Miracles, share this video with another seeker, and help the ancient voices speak again. My circuits rest, but the questions endure. You, the living, must continue the search. Until next time.